way of thinking.
All right. Well, everyone, thank you for joining us. This is our score machine training. And let's go ahead and get to the meat and potatoes of the score machine. So let me give you a brief understanding about the score machine. And it was created to assist individuals with either their clients, your business, what have you, with getting your credit reports or your clients funded. What happens is you import their credit reports into the software, and the software will take over and review the report. You no longer have to review the report with your own eyes. The software was created specifically for that, to take out that extra step for you when you are looking at reports to determine if a report it can be connected to those institutions. We recently added the free credit repair software, and it's only free if you do have access to our unlimited subscriptions. Okay, so usually that is the unlimited subscription for $497 a month. Or if you came in on someone's link, that's how you'll get it as well. Okay, but mainly the score machine is made for us to make our process a little bit more seamless. We don't have to read through each report to determine if it is in fact able to be connected to those institutions. So let's go ahead and get into the score machine. This is your dashboard here. Here on the dashboard, you have the amount of clients that you have in the software, clients that are fundable, clients that are in progress of getting funded, clients that are ready to be connected to those institutions, clients that you newly imported into the software, and then any clients that you have made inactive within your software, okay? Then we have the total amount of institutions, which include banks, credit unions, and lenders in the software is over 4,000. And then those products that come along with those institutions is 12,461 products that we have access to in the software. Okay. Here you have your dial here to let you know the percentage of reports that can be connected to those institutions. You have your client login link. Now, this link can be provided to your clients once they've already been imported into your CRM for them to be able to log in and see exactly what you see, but only specific to their credit reports. Okay. They can't come in and log in and see exactly what you see in your back office. They only have access to see what you see for their credit report only. Okay. So that's your client link there, login link. Then you have an onboarding link. Now, if you do not want to manually import your clients into the software, simply provide them with this link here. And all that they need is their login credentials for the credit monitoring site, which is My Free Score Now, Identity IQ, and My Score IQ. Those are the only three credit monitoring platforms that we utilize in the software. So once you provide them with this link, they'll go ahead and import that information, and it'll automatically appear in your CRM. Now, if you want to manually add the clients into your software, you can do that by simply clicking right here where it says add CRM, add to CRM. You'll put in the platform that you're utilizing, My Free Score Now, Identity IQ, or My Score IQ. Now, My Score IQ and Identity IQ require the last four of the social, so be sure that you do retrieve that information as well. And also a tip, we do or suggest that you utilize My Score IQ because you want to have access to those FICO scores. FICO scores are what lenders, credit unions, and banks review to determine if a profile is able to be able to get any type of funding. Okay. So we encourage you guys to utilize My Score IQ when you are in fact using the score machine. Okay. But the score machine does take the other two options. My Free Score Now, Identity IQ, and then of course My Score IQ is the preferred credit monitoring platform to utilize because we want to have access to those FICO scores. Okay. So that's how you will import a client into the software. Simply, of course, add client, type in their username, password. Again, if you're utilizing My Score IQ or Identity IQ, import the last four, confirm that you want that report to be pulled into the software, and click Add Client. It's as simple as that. Okay. So that's how you'll manually import your client into the software. Then we have our referral link. Now, those of us that are not aware, you can for sure receive some monthly commissions for sending out your link and individual signing up for a subscription. Now, depending on the subscription, you get paid 10% of the monthly subscription that they have subscribed to. Okay. So if you are interested in making money without having to do much work, send out your links. Don't be a gatekeeper where you're not sharing this information with anybody else, because there's trillions of individuals in the world that you can reach out to get them funded or utilize our credit repair software to repair their credit. Okay, so send out those links so that you can receive those monthly commissions and we can get the software out there for individuals to be able to utilize. All right. Next, your credit report. You can get your credit report right here. My Score IQ, like I shared, My Score IQ is the suggested recommended credit monitoring platform to utilize for those FICO scores. Okay. Simply click on register. It'll take you to a link where you'll go ahead and complete that process. There is a monthly cost or a monthly fee to that credit report being able to be pulled on a monthly basis. But again, that is the recommended and suggested credit monitoring platform to utilize, My Score IQ. Then we have quick actions here where you'll be able to quick actions to here where you'll be able to simply click and go to the credit report settings here. Your affiliate pro dashboard. This is where you'll be able to review to determine, how many individuals have subscribed to utilizing your link, seeing around about how much commissions that you'll bring in on a monthly basis. So this is where you'll be able to check that information, the affiliate pro dashboard. Okay. Then we have our calendar here. Our calendar has our link for you to join on our trainings 5 times a week. So simply click on the link on that specific day and simply click on join. That'll direct you to that Zoom call. Now, also understand that you can also add notes to your calendar as well as reminders. So when you do come into your software, you'll be able to see those notes and possibly what you need to do on that specific day. Okay, so you type in your note here, save it, it will appear in red on your calendar. But again, we do have our trainings here where you can simply click on that specific day, click on join, and it'll direct you to our Zoom calls. Okay. Of course, client status breakdown again, fundable, in progress, watch or ready to be connected to those institutions, clients that are not fundable, new clients for the month, and clients that you've made inactive is going to be located here as well. Any recent activity is going to be located here. This month's performance is located here. Okay, so how many new clients you've gotten funded, reports that were pulled, so on. All right, so that's located there. And then if we go down here to client pipeline, you can literally click on view work area, and I'll take you to the work area where this is where we do most of our work when it comes to utilizing the software. It's in the work area. You can click there. If you need to review the profile, you can click here. If you need to disable their login, you'll click here, excuse me. And then if you need to delete that profile, you'll click here. Okay. Also, too, you can use different tabs here to determine or take you directly to the client that are fundable in your software. Ready, not fundable, new this month. Okay. And active. All right. Now, if we go to CRM, this is where all your client information is located. Now, you can make changes to their profiles. What you'll do is simply click on the profile name. And right here, say, for instance, if you need to make any changes to their credit monitoring or any changes to their names or things like that, you'll go ahead and click right here where it says Edit Client. If you need to fetch a new report, you'll do that by clicking on this tab here. You have personal information, residential information, social security, and upload their identification documents. So let me go ahead and go to identification documents right here. So this is where, say, for instance, you are utilizing the credit repair software, or if you also need to gather documents for the funding process, you can have them uploaded here. Okay, so your ID, social, proof of address. Make sure when you do get these documents that they're legible. Okay, so you want to take a picture of all four corners on a flat surface, preferably a white background, and take your camera, kind of hover over the top, and then that way you'll be able to take pictures of those documents and make it look very uniform. Okay, so that's located under the client profile tab. Okay, that's in the CRM. Now let's go to employees. If any of us happen to have any employees that we want to give access to our software, you can do that here, okay? Now, employees can be considered VAs, any partners that you may have, but you'll simply click on Add Member, type in the first, last name, email. You can make their status active or inactive, create a password, send, and then create the employee. Then you'll send this information to your employee, and they'll be able to utilize those login credentials to get into your software. So each of our subscriptions, we do have access to have a certain amount of users. This is where you can add those users. Okay. Work area, like I shared in the beginning, this is where you do most of your work. So once the profile is created into the software, this is where you'll be able to determine if that report needs to be funded, or if that report is fundable, or if it needs to be connected to those, or if you need credit repair, excuse me. Okay, so we'll come back to this tab because again, this is where we do all of our work. Now, feature requests. Say, for example, you have a great idea that will help enhance the software or maybe enhance something specific for your business, and it will still help with the software. We will love to hear those ideas. So what you would do is go ahead and click right here where it says new idea. Type in the title, description of your idea. If you have a picture of it, you can upload that here. Click submit, and our team on the back end will review it and determine if that is something that will benefit our software as well as users. Okay. AI coach is going to be our chat that's going to be coming soon, so be on the lookout for that. Knowledge base is our school community. Okay, so you have access to the school community here in the software. With that being said, simply, type what's on your mind here, and that'll give you access to communicate with any individuals in the community here. We also have other videos. If you click right here in the classroom, we have videos of replays of how to utilize the software. Our previous masterminds that we've also had as well is also located here. Okay, so you have access to review those videos here. Okay. Now, if we go ahead and click on subscription, these are your subscription. You can pay them either monthly or yearly. Okay. So we have our first tier here, which is our Pro Unlimited. It's $497 a month, gives you access to import an unlimited amount of clients and an unlimited amount of users. Okay. Then we have our professional tier, which is $297 a month. That gives you access to import 125 clients and 25 users. Now, like I shared when I was going over the employee tab, that's where how many people you have access to give or add them as employees into your software. Okay. That is the number there. And then we have our starter tier, which is $197 a month. That gives you access to 50 clients and 10 users. Now, for a limited time, if there's anybody on here who has not yet have access to the software or have not subscribed yet, for a limited time, you can get the unlimited package, which as you can see is normally $497 a month. You can get it for $297 a month. That gives you, again, the unlimited access, unlimited users, okay? And again, like I shared, with the unlimited package, that is the only way that you get access to that free credit repair software, okay? Any of the other tiers, the 297, if you just sign up on the website, the 197, you sign up on the website, that you do not get access to that free credit repair software, okay? If you want access to that free credit repair software, you must have the unlimited subscription, okay? So only for the individuals that's on this call, I put in the chat that link there gives you access to sign up for the unlimited subscription for only $297 a month. Okay, that is a 50% cut there, right there. Okay, 50% discount there. All right, so those are your subscriptions. Then we have our support tab. We have a phenomenal support team here. With our support team, you have access to submit a support ticket. You can review the frequently asked questions, and you can also reach out to our support team via phone, email, text, and live chat. Now, in order for you to submit a support ticket, say for instance, if you're having some type of issues with your software, you can go ahead and submit a support ticket. They will get back to you within 24 hours. So you'll type in your subject here, what category it's referring to, the urgency or the priority of your issue that you're having. You'll label that there. The description of what you're experiencing, submit that ticket, and within 24 hours, someone from our support team will be able to assist you there. Okay. Like I shared the FAQs, review that at a later date if you would like. Contact us. This is the phone number that you can reach us at, our support team here, okay? Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can call this number or text this number between these times. Email. You can email your issue or your question or concern to the support team as well. Here, again, a response will be provided to you within 24 hours. Then you have your live chat located here. The response time is within 2 minutes. Now, understand these are our support team hours, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sundays, we are closed. All right. Live chat, like I said, you'll get a response within 2 minutes. Simply click on one of the members' names here, type in the description of what your concern or your question is, and then someone should get back to you within 2 minutes. So again, that's our support team there, how you can get in contact with them, phone numbers and everything in regards to the hours, emails, all of that information is located here, okay? Now let's go to the settings. This is where you'll be able to, first with the profile, change anything specific to your profile. Security, this is for your password. You can change your password here. Agreements, of course, you will have to sign this agreement prior to utilizing the score machine. And two, which you can read at a later time, we do have a safeguard in the software. And if you want to disable that safeguard, that is mainly what the funding module override agreement is. But again, I encourage you to read everything word for word to determine if this is something that you do want to, in fact, disable or enable. Okay. So those are your agreements there. Let's go back up here. Integrations. You can integrate. Go high level here. So again, collect all the required information it's asking of you here to be able to integrate your go high level. All right. And what will be synced with your go high level is way for you to go ahead and send out your credit summary here. Credit scores, number of negative accounts, collections, charge off, utilization percentage, and reports status. Okay. Also, if you do have, say, for instance, the M2 credit repair, if you want to, put your onboarding link there and you can collect or retrieve information there, you can go ahead and import that here. Onboarding link, if you want to change your slug or if you want to make your onboarding link more personable, you can do that here by typing in, whatever name you want to type in here, whatever quotes you want to type in here. Of course, it can't be a lengthy quote, but anything that you want to type here for your onboarding link to make it more personable, you'll put that here. Also, too, along with that onboarding link, say, for instance, you do have a logo or specific colors that go with your logo. You can upload or import that information here, okay? So your logo goes here. If you need to change any colors, you can do that. And then just have, I know on Canva, if we use that, or I know now ChatGPT, you probably can just type in, hey, provide me the codes for these specific colors. You'll type that in here and then save that information. All right, so that again is integrations. Then we have merchant integrations, specifically for all affiliated with our 5-star processing so that you can utilize that portion of the service, okay? But you can integrate your merchant account here, specifically your 5-star processing. Appearance, we could change it from light to dark, okay? Compact mode, reduce spacing, or any content on the screen, you can change that. If you want to change the animations, as you can see in the background, things are kind of moving around or getting, adding color, not adding color, you can turn that off as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into the work area. And like I shared, this is where we do most of the work when it comes to utilizing the software. Now let's go ahead and click on a client's name to determine if that client in fact is fundable. So what we're going to do is go to the work area. Here in the work area, this is where you'll be able to click on the different options here to pretty much read a report, determine if it's fundable, everything in that of that nature. Okay, so you have your analysis tab here, progress report, underwriting, credit war map, automated credit analysis, credit repair, debt consolidation, funding audit, and funding. Okay. Also, too, pertaining to the credit report, you have an overview of your report, personal information, inquiries, public records, and accounts. All right. So, also, too, here on this tab, you can see a credit report, accounts, collections, inquiries, your utilization, your overall utilization is located here. Any late payments that you may have on your report, and then personal information is located here. Okay, and this is for each of the profiles. Now let's go to progress report. This is where you'll be able to get a understanding of credit and how it is beneficial or how it can benefit you. Okay, so if you go ahead and scroll on down here, oh, and I'm sorry. The analysis part is where you get all of that information. I don't think I even clicked on the tab yet. Let me rewind. So analysis is where you get an understanding of credit. So what are credit bureaus? What is in my credit report? Why is a credit report important? And so on. So a lot of information helping you understand about credit. Now let's go to our progress report. This is where your credit report pretty much is broken down. Okay, and based off of your percentages, when that report was previously pulled, the newest report, current negative items, items that have been removed, new items that have been on a report, it's all going to be located here. Your credit score analysis broken into the percentages. Okay, so based off of your specific credit report is how you're going to meet how that report meets these percentages. Okay, so that's broken down here. Now, types of negative items on the report is located here. So you have your inquiries, late payments, collections, charge-offs, public records. So if you or a client happens to have this information here, it will be located here. A full breakdown of the negative items. So whatever negatively is affecting the credit report is going to be labeled here. For this case, this is inquiries, the account date or date that the account was open, the creditor that that account is attached to, and the bureau that it's attached to. Okay. Also, if it's a new account, if it's been on the account, or if it's been removed, will be determined here. Right. So that's located under our progress report. Now, underwriting, this is where we determine, or our software determines, if that profile, in fact, can be matched to one of the institutions in the software. Okay. Now we have our data points in here under the do you qualify? These data points have been collected and retrieved from the banking relationship managers. Okay. This information, each report should meet this. Okay. And it can be determined by these colors here, this key color here. Green means it's good to go. Yellow means proceed with caution, and red means you're not eligible. Okay. Now let's read these data points here. Your score is between 7 and 730 plus. You're able to apply for personal or business. Under 30% utilization on open revolving accounts. Minimum of 5 open primary credit cards with 2 years of good payment history. This is very important, the 2 years option here. 2 primary credit cards with at least 2 years of age and 5,000 plus limits. Okay. So again, these things are key factors right here. No more than 4 unsecured accounts open in the last 12 months, under 4 inquiries. And this is yellow because on our TransUnion credit report, we already have 4 inquiries. So we will not utilize or have any institutions recommended to us that pull from TransUnion. And that's where that safeguard comes into play with the software. We have imported that into software to protect your credit report. We don't want you to just be able to just go and apply and possibly get denied because you meet those requirements pretty much here. So nothing for TransUnion is going to be provided for you to be able to apply for. Then we have collections, charge-offs, late payments, and bankruptcy. Now with this report, even though we have yellow here, we still have green checks for Equifax and Experian. So you'll be able to still, next steps, go to funding. All right, now we have our debt utilization, and this is our overall for all three bureaus. Now understand each of your revolving accounts should be under 30% before applying for credit. Okay, but this provides us with an overall percentage of your utilization for your revolving accounts. Then we have our negative accounts that are impacting your qualifications will be listed here. Inquiries that are lowering your chances of approvals. Now let's read this together. Like I shared, for TransUnion, as we saw under the underwriting tab at the top, we have 4 inquiries already. Here are those 4 inquiries. All right, then we go to Experian. We only have 3 used inquiries, which leaves us with 1 inquiry that we can utilize or can pull from. Then we have only 2 inquiries on Equifax, so that leaves 2 inquiries that we still have access to utilize. So in total, we have 3 inquiries that we can utilize to be able to pull, and that's only we can pull from banks that pull from Experian and Equifax only. Okay. Scroll down here. These are the accounts that you have on the report. It tells you the creditor, or excuse me, the type of account it is, the creditor, the status of the account, whether it's open or closed, the designator. So is it an individual account? Is it an authorized user? Is it a joint account? And understand individual and joint accounts are the sweet spot. Authorized users, if you have too many of those, can possibly not. If you have too many authorized users, that can put you in a very sticky situation. Okay. Because that's showing lenders that your report by itself is not able to get approved or get connected to those institutions. Open accounts, or the date that the account was open, the age on that account, the limit, the balance, and possibly some pay down options here, as well as the bureau that it's located on. Okay, so those are your accounts listed there. Scroll on down here. We have our pay down option. This is very good that you can utilize for consultation. So say for instance, you ran a client through the software and they have utilization issues. Well, what you can do is click on that specific account there. And as you can see, that percentage or that utilization is 54%. Okay. Say, for instance, we want to bring it down to, let's do 15%. It's going to break it down to a daily rate, weekly rate, monthly rate, and a yearly rate. So this is something that you can provide to your client to help them utilize this process to bring down that utilization quicker if they can. Okay, so each of the accounts, you can send this to your client, pretty much screenshot it or send it in an email so they can see exactly what or how they can bring down that utilization utilizing this payment plan here. All right, so that's located all under the underwriting tab. So let's go ahead and go to our next tab, which is the credit war map. So let's click on this icon here. With the credit war map, we do have a inquiry attack ChatGPT that was imported into the software to help individuals who do not want to call those bureaus to get those inquiries removed, simply have these letters developed. Now, I've noticed when I do click on this link, it logs me out of the software. So let me just try it. There we go. Okay, yeah, knew we were gonna do it. So let me go back to the tab here. So I'll just explain the process of how to utilize it. Hold on, let me get back. I knew I should have just left it on. Okay, here we go. Whew. Okay. And while we're waiting, does anybody have any questions before I move on? Okay. All right, so back to our credit war map. Okay. So like I shared, we do have a ChatGPT option that's created in the software for attacking or developing letters for inquiry. So what you would do is click on Launch Inquiry GPT, Exterminator GPT. It's going to take you to another tab where all the instructions are going to be provided to you on what they need you to do next. Once you have opened that tab, you need to copy the inquiries that you see listed here. So you'll copy all of those, you'll paste it into the GPT, and then the GPT is going to come up with a question next that says, "Please provide us with these answers to the questions before we move on to the next portion." So the questions are the tone. Do you want it to be balanced, aggressive? I forget what the first one is. And then the second one is how many accounts you want to be labeled on each of those letters. Once you determine that, you click on the arrow, the GPT is going to create those letters, and then you can utilize our printing and mailing service to print and mail out those letters for you. You don't necessarily have to do it yourself. Now, of course, if that there is an option for you to do it yourself, you can do that. But we also have the printing and mailing service that you can utilize at a cost to print and mail out the letters for you. Okay, so this is located under the credit war map. Then if there's anything on the software, excuse me, on the credit report, and you still want to utilize the M2 software, it is located here as well. Okay. Then we have our utilization optimization similar to that pay down. It just you can't click on it, but you can see the breakdown here. All right, let's go ahead and scroll on down. Step 4 is where we provided with our account aging strategy. So say, for instance, you come across a report, everything meets green except for the age. You can come down here and see where you are to determine how much time you have left, or if you need to go ahead and add a primary trade line to a credit report to help get that report to where it needs to be to get connected to those institutions. Okay. So that's located here and broke down for you here. Now, Age Average Growth Planner is another tool here that you can utilize to determine what trade line you want to add. Like the minimum trade line need is 7 years. Okay. And this is the breakdown for it. All right. Scroll down some more. Accounts that's pulling your average down is located here. Accounts that are anchoring the file is located here. Then we have some strategy notes as well. All right, so all of this is located under the credit war map, which is a very, very good tool because it gives you the breakdown of the credit report, different steps of what you can possibly utilize to help get that report to where it needs to be. Automated credit analysis, if we go ahead and click on there, agree to the terms here. This is created to help you understand what is negatively affecting the report. So in order to get that information, we'll go ahead and click on that tab there, which is the automated credit analysis. Then you click on account, click on credit repair. And as you can see, it provides you with negative accounts or violations that have been detected. And it's broken down based off of bureau presence, creditor name, account number, original creditor, portfolio type, industry, and so on. And each of the accounts possibly will have this if there's something detected that's negatively reporting on the report or is a violation detected. Now, in order for you to see those codes, what you'll do is go ahead and click on applicable law set. And here are the codes for FCRA, FACTA, Metro 2, regulatory, other. Each of the tabs have this information. So say for instance too, if you're creating letters on ChatGPT, you can utilize those codes here as well. Okay, so this automated credit analysis pretty much breaks down if there is any negative reporting or any violations, they'll be detected there. Now, here's our credit repair software. And like I shared, our unlimited subscribers get access to the free credit repair software. Now, the free credit repair software is very, very simple to utilize and understand. After the sixth round, if you still possibly haven't seen any results, you also get access to the free credit attorneys. Okay. So that's a lot of free in there. Okay. Remember, but you have to be subscribed to that unlimited subscription. All right. So here's a credit repair software. It only takes 6 clicks to go ahead and move on to generate those letters. Okay. So the software is going to determine what negative items need or should be attacked. You can go ahead and click on select all for each of the bureau, or if you only want to do specific accounts, you can do that by simply clicking on the little circles here. All right. So for training sake, we're just going to go ahead and click on select all, select all. The next steps here is to determine what dispute type we want to utilize, either standard or enhance. Standard is the wording is different and there's not many letters that'll be created. Enhanced, again, wording is different, but there's going to be more detailed information. All right, so that's located there. Either standard or enhanced will be your fourth click. Fifth click is what round that you're in. First round is polite, second round is firm, third is legal, fourth is strict, fifth is threatening, and sixth is strongest. And again, if we have to go past the strongest, that's when you get those credit attorneys involved. All right. And then next steps will be go ahead and click on generate those dispute letters. Those dispute letters will be generated. And once they are generated, again, you have access to either print and mail out those letters yourself or utilize the printing and mailing service team. And there is a tab at the bottom that will say send to printing or download the zip file. And that is as simple as it gets with the credit repair software. Does anybody have any questions? All right, let's move
I
on.
do, I
Uh-oh.
do have a question.
Let's go ahead, Jonathan. What's your question?
How you doing? When it
All right.
generates a letter, I tried to use it before. It was different before. I just learned how to do it now, but I tried to do it prior, and then one of them had like seven, like this. I have a file in front of me. It has 22 pages.
Mm-hmm.
And then round two, 10 letters, and then another one, 12 letters, and another one, 128 letters. What do
Yeah,
you
so that's
do?
what you send them all. Print them on both sides and send all of those letters.
128 pages?
Yes, sir. Like I said, these letters were developed to get items removed, not just to play with the bureaus and get those stall letters. These letters were created to get items removed. So it's pretty much what I would say is the letters are kind of telling a story to because see, like I'm sharing. If you in fact have to go past the bureaus and go to the attorneys, this is why all of this information is implemented, just in case you have to go through the credit attorneys and they have to present anything in court.
So right now I'm in with a client round two, but then it's telling me personal information, 22 letters, inquiries, 10 letters. I gotta print all this out or
Yes, yes, or you can utilize a printing and mailing service.
okay.
And if you
And
want to go
how
a different route with the personal information, you and your client could pretty much go through that together over the phone to update their personal information on the bureaus, things of that nature. And then that way, all you have to do is attack the negative items, which is, if they have inquiries, collections, charge-offs, late payments.
so let's say a client has 120. This client has, where's my sister? There's one, let me see. Enhance 107 pages,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is it easier to do it on online or this has to be mailed out? Print it and mail
No,
it out?
yes, it has to be printed and mailed out.
Okay, so when you do it on the servers that you guys have on to print and send it out, how do you select that option
So let me see. Let me see, because
and
I don't
check
want
the
it to take.
price? Okay.
So the pricing will be provided once that invoice and they review your documents. Now you do have the option to say, oh no, I don't want to do that. I'll just print and mail out myself, cancel that invoice, or of course go with them. They have the option to send them out certified with signature. There's a lot of different options that they're able to provide you here.
How do you send 128 pages in a
So here you
like
go. So either you can download those documents or right here it says send for printing. and it's already connected to where our printing team will get that file. They'll send you a text message and say, hey, we're reviewing your documents to determine if they're ready to be mailed out for you. And then once they've verified that information, then you'll get another text message saying, hey, we've emailed and put your invoice here. Go ahead and review it. If you want to go ahead and with the process, there's a link to make the payment there, or decline it and print and mail them out yourself.
Okay. So then when I hit set always a request. So on the request, I should send it and then they'll tell me what's the cost and everything, right?
You got it. Yep.
Okay, but most likely they're closed right now, so I gotta wait till the support
Oh, no,
team
no,
is.
no. No, no,
No, they're on.
no. For printing and mailing, they're up at, if you're up at midnight and you submit, you're gonna get a text message.
Okay.
They're working around the clock.
Wow. But that's easy like that. I was scared
Absolutely.
when I seen that. I thought 128 pages. I was like, I don't know if this is correct. I hope somebody could.
No,
Okay.
and you click the enhance, so that's more aggressive verbiage, and it's also going to make sure that um I lost my train of thought. It's more aggressive verbiage, and of course, it is going to be more letters, more pages.
Okay. So once would I get a text message or to the email they will forward what is the
It'll be a
cost and everything.
it'll be a text message for originally, and then I believe once everything is done, they'll probably send a text message and an email.
Okay.
Okay.
And how long would that take a response? Just an estimate,
Um,
just to know.
I would say if you send to for printing, you'll probably receive a text message within maybe 2 minutes.
Oh wow, that's quick.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have no other questions. Yeah, I know you're
Okay, no
going now
worries.
to debt consolidation, so I don't wanna.
No, you're good. If you have any questions, that's why I'm stopping. Or if you want to raise your hand, if something comes up, you don't want to wait till the end, just raise your hand and then we'll go
How
ahead
do
and
I
get you.
raise my hand here?
At the
Just
bottom, it should be a React tab at the bottom.
Now,
And then when you click on
I,
React, you should be able to click raise your hand.
I had
uh,
an iPhone and it says more with the three with they like I said they're ellipsis, and then when you click on that, it has all kinds of stuff you can do.
oh, raise hand. I see. Okay, now I see it. Record, transcript, apps. Okay, thank you for that, Joanne.
Hey, Coach V, tell him how many
Yeah,
pages it used to be before he downsized them.
you tell us. I don't remember.
Oh my gosh, they were all like in 100, a couple hundred pages. It was nothing for somebody to have a bill $200. But that's because he sends it return receipt requested as well, and we have got to pay. But he has gone down in pricing
Hmm.
um for for the mailing, so he's doing everything he can to help us make more money.
Also, so then, okay, that's something else. So before it was in the hundreds, and then that customer had to pay for that.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
that's why we're more successful than other companies of getting movement and getting these things off people's credits. He does everything correctly, above board, and nobody has to worry about wearing any stripes or orange coloring.
I'm enjoying it. Was that the only thing that you wanted to share? Or did you have a question?
Yes, ma'am. I just want to run my mouth while I can.
Okay, no worries. All right, cool. Great questions, Jonathan. Let me go ahead. And if anybody else has any questions, like I said, just click that react button at the top, at the bottom, and raise your hand. Debt consolidation has also been implemented into the software. So if you have some debt that you want to focus on consolidating and working on paying down, you can create a payment reminder option. And what'll happen is every month on whatever date that you picked, you're going to get an email reminding you, hey, this option is here. you remember you wanted to pay it down, here is the information to, a reminder, hey, pay down this debt. Okay, and then you have a pretty much breakdown of the months. If you want to take 6 months to pay down, your balance, you can the amount will be located here. All right, so in order for you to make a payment plan pay down reminder, you'll click on this little icon here. As you can see, it appears here on the side. You can determine the utilization that you want to bring it down to. Does somebody have a question? Okay. Payoff time, how many months you want to take to pay off that debt, the day of the month that you want to be reminded on. Then you'll go ahead, it's usually a tab here to click on that reminder. And what's going to happen, like I shared, it's going to send out a monthly email reminder to remind you to pay that debt on the first of the month. Okay. You'll go ahead and say create that, and then you'll go to the bottom here. And here are all your saved payoff plans. So pretty much it's just going to be reminders being sent out to help you stay on task with paying down your debt. Okay. So that is located under the debt consolidation tab. We go to our funding audit tab. This is going to provide you, and let's go ahead and agree to the terms here, provide you with a projection of how much that you could possibly get funding on the personal side and the business side. Now you can only see the personal, or click to only see business, or keep it selected as both. But again, this is a projection of how much that you can possibly get funded for on the business or personal side. Understand with our software, anything dealing with the business is going to be PG or personally guaranteed. Okay, so you will have to use your personal credit to determine if you can get any business funding. So again, a projection of how much you can possibly get funded. And if your profile is fundable, you can go ahead and click onto the funding apply. And Jonathan, go ahead. What's your question? Agree to the
You
terms.
were saying on the funding, everything is personal guaranteed. That
Uh-huh.
means you gotta use
Correct.
personal
Your own
you
credit.
your own credit, and then you're obliged to pay it back.
Correct.
And then if you don't pay it back, they come after everything.
Correct. So pay it
Whoa.
back. So pay it back. I mean, we do have resources for the business side only. Of course, if your business is bringing in revenue, or you've been in business for a while, or if you haven't had any, we do have like aged corporations that you can purchase. I have business trade lines that could be added to those corporations, business primary trade lines. So we have other resources if you want to possibly only go through the business side, but with this software, everything is going to be personally guaranteed.
Okay. And if you wanna purchase authorized users for personal credit, this doesn't have a category where you can see that information.
No, or you were to purchase the authorized users?
Yeah.
No. I believe authorized users, trade line supply, trade line genie, what is the other one? Trade line listings or something.
Oh,
So
you
be careful
guys,
with
you,
those AUs.
oh, you guys don't have a vendor where to,
No, or not to my knowledge. Dre's on the call if he's listening. I don't think we have any vendor for any AUs.
but you have primaries also,
I
but
have
this is
primary business.
a
Uh,
business. Okay.
yeah.
And what would I see the pricing on that?
I can send it to you.
Okay, perfect.
I'll put it in the chat.
Thank you.
No problem. Hmm. So here is the funding module here. Okay, so you can change your state here. Okay, we do have AI match, hybrid, and DIY. Hybrid is the mixture of AI and DIY. Right now, this is the recommended option because it uses both of the two. Okay. Now, say for instance, if you're doing this as a business and you have a percentage that you require, you can also determine that here. And based off of the amount that you have gotten your client approved for, that information will be broken down to the amount to charge the client. Okay, so there's all your own little calculator located in here. Let's see. Okay, and then like I shared, we have about 12,000 plus products. Those products are in reference to funding types, credit cards, loans, line of credit, home equity loans, auto loans. Okay, and you could change it to whether if you want it to only be geared towards business, if you want it to be geared towards personal only, or keep it at both. Okay, if you want to only have credit card options, you'll select that. If you only want loans, you'll select that, and only loan options will come up for those specific banks that have that information. Because remember, after reading the report, we only have three inquiries that we can utilize. Two for Equifax, one for Experian. Okay, so what's going to happen in this case, and we'll go back to all, the software is going to cipher through those institutions, and whatever institution pulls from Experian and Equifax will be provided to you or recommended to you. Okay, so as we can see with American Express, this is our first Experian pool. Remember, we only have one pool from Experian. And then Bank of America and Chase, we have those two for the Equifax and for Bank of America and Chase. Now, say for example, you have your own sequence or own banks that you possibly want to go through. Click right here, add funding offer, and then you could select the bank. Okay. Say we go with Premier Bank. Funding type is a credit card only available there. Here are your credit card options here. And then what you'll do is go ahead and click on apply now, and it's going to take you directly to that actual application. Okay. So the software has done all the work to determine what banks pull from these specific bureaus, which is for this case, Equifax Experian. Then those banks will be provided to you. You'll go ahead and apply, and it's going to give you suggested banks because a lot of people like to go with the more popular banks and lenders. And here's that information. It's as simple as that. The software does all the work. All you do is click apply now and move on to fill out that application. Now that is the end of the training. Does anybody have any questions? Let's see. I'm going to drop that information down here in the chat. Let's see. See if it'll put it all in there. Okay. So there's that information there for those business primary trade lines, Jonathan, and anybody else on the call that may want to be able to utilize those. But that is the software, as simple as that. Now, Jonathan, is your hand still raised from the last question, or did you have another one? Okay, I'll load
No,
that.
I don't have
Okay,
another one.
okay.
Maybe on the business funding part, once you go to the personal, I see that you could select personal, business, or both, but your business is probably not up there yet. When you go to personal, oh, but I see what you're saying on the analysis. It will tell you if it's ready, anyways. You have to fix a couple of things before you can even get the green light.
Correct. And that's more than likely under the underwriting. So let me show you a possible report that wouldn't. So if we go to underwriting for this specific report, it is not fundable. And we go to those data points, here it is. This is what it would look like if it's not fundable. So pretty much the software is going to cipher through that report and say, oh, it meets this one, it doesn't meet this one, it meets, and then you'll get the qualifications here. So we saw what a fundable report looks like, and this is what a non-fundable report looks like. Go back to that fundable report under underwriting. Those do you qualify? These are the data points here. This is a fundable report. Also too, again, oh, and what I didn't show you was in the non-fundable up report. Go back to the underwriting. We scroll down. Negative accounts impacting the qualification. It's going to be located here. So this is another tool that you can possibly use for your clients too, to help them understand where you're getting the information and why their report isn't fundable.
Would the software also tell you if a client's ready to, if they don't have credit cards or once they clean up their credit, does it tell you besides funding, are they ready to apply for certain credit cards or that you have to do that analysis yourself?
So again, when you import that credit report, if it is in fact fundable, regardless if it's just only for credit cards, if it's only for personal loan, like you'll get all of those options. And remember, when a report is fundable and you go to that funding tab, you're able to determine those funding types. So if you only want credit cards to be pulled up to apply for, then only credit cards will be pulled up. If you only want loans, only loan options will be pulled up, and so on.
And where will you see that tab?
Under the so funding for the under the funding
On the
funding tab.
on the funding audit? Or
Yeah,
hold
funding,
on.
no, funding apply.
Oh, I see it here. I didn't
See right
have
here,
it.
so your funding strategy, funding types. Again, if you only want credit card options to be pulled up, you click there and only credit card. And the so system is only going to bring up credit cards. If you
Oh,
only want loans,
only if only if they're gonna be on their report, it's fundable. It's gonna
correct,
give you the highlight on the fund and apply. If not, it's gonna
correct,
just
correct.
give you an X. Okay.
Yeah, if they're not fundable, you won't even be able to click on that tab.
Okay.
Now, if you still wanted to see if a report that's not fundable can possibly, or if you want to still try to get them, connected to those institutions, then that's when you would turn that safeguard off, which is located under agreements. You'll turn off that safeguard, which is under the funding module override. That's why I say read this to the T before you make any changes. You can enable it, and then you will be able to still possibly see apply in there, but I wouldn't recommend or suggest it.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Any other questions?
Yeah, I think I have a question, Coach V.
Go ahead.
Um, so how long does it take the client to pay back those loans, and what's the interest rate on that on those loans when they apply for it?
So once they apply, all of that information is going to be provided to them. Once they apply and get approved, all of that information is going to be provided to you or them in their contracts. So, the interest rate, how many months they have or, to pay for it, all of that is going to be provided once they've been approved after applying and completing that application.
Okay.
Yeah, we would never know that information prior to.
So that means if they get approved, they still have to take the loan already?
Possibly, or if they want to decline it, they don't. If say for instance they don't like the terms, then of course you can they can contact and say, oh no 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 thank you.
Oh,
But yes,
they gotta contact the vendor basically.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
correct. Any other questions? All right. Well, this ends our training for tonight. We will be back here tomorrow, same time, same link. Jonathan?
Yeah, coach, one more thing.
Yeah.
I submitted two two credit repairs for printing. Maybe I have to check my email and check if that came in or who do
Did
I
you have
contact?
when you initially attempted to complete that process, when you did send to printing, did you put all your information in there? Your phone number and
Yes.
all that?
Yeah, phone number, email, and everything
Okay.
else.
Okay, I would say give it some time. They should be sending you. I've noticed in the past and in the present right now that they'll send a text message. But check your email too, just in case it went to your email. Hopefully you put in the correct phone number. You know, nothing was off by possibly typing too fast. But if not, if you haven't received anything yet, I would say you can reach out to that support number, text that number, and pretty much say, "Hey, I submitted for my letters to be print and mailed out with the printing
You said
service,
reach out
but
to who?
the support."
Okay.
Here, you remember where that support tab is? Click in a support tab, and then you can go to contact, and then text that number. But I would
Okay.
say give it some time. Usually
Okay.
they're pretty quick, 2 minutes, but of course, give it some time.
Thank you.
No problem.
Very helpful tonight.
Good. I'm glad you showed up as well. And again, show up as many times as you need, especially if you have any questions. We're always here 5 days a week to help, our users be able to utilize this software and utilize it seamlessly. It's very simple to use, but of course, sometimes we're going to have questions just to make sure that we understand everything. So please, everyone, join as often as you need to, as you like, so that you can become experts in utilizing the software. With that being said, we will end the training for tonight. Again, we'll be here tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, same link. So go ahead and click on that link to join us for the Zoom call. Coach Viv will be on the call on tomorrow. And you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Good
Thank
night.
you. Have a
No
good
Good
evening.
problem.
night. Good night. Thank you.
Good night. Yep.